So yesterday I missed one video to be recorded, but that's the reason why I will be doing two today. So I have been reading a lot on Substack, and one of the posts that I encountered recently was on the topic of media illiteracy. And what is media illiteracy? Today we are so bombarded with so many content on the internet, on social media, that we forget to critically think that whether the information that we are being fed are actually genuine content or not. We are constantly searching for information as quick as possible. We Google it, or right now it's much efficiently to get information through AI. But guess what? We are losing that skill of critical thinking on the fact, on pondering on the fact that whether the information we are consuming are genuine or not. There is so many misinformation on the internet about any related thing. You can get the algorithm can drive misinformation to many people as possible, and it can go viral. Misinformation with that algorithmic push can dishearten the kind of human behavior we are being involved with, and that is very harmful. Today the speed is so flavored before critical thinking that it is not suitable for us if we don't encourage ourselves to think critically. And this post explains all the things that we consume on the internet and why people misunderstand things, and why there are a lot of confusion and chaos with consuming things that doesn't even really mean that they're genuine. And after that post, she has also posted another post on how to actually survive on this media illiteracy world, how to actually consume things with critically thinking that this content is genuine or not. So she has specified out various factors that we need to take account for. But guess what? I have saved that post for later. I would read the interesting post later onwards, because that post is very interesting. Today we have this access to the whole information world, but guess what? We don't even know the sources, whether the sources are credible or not, whether the news we are getting are fake or real. That is the case here. We need to upgrade our critical thinking in order to encounter the numerous fake news that are being spread, that are being pushed by the algorithmic drive, right? So another post that I was about to read today was right now was the epidemic of fast communication. Today, with the presence of social media, we can message another person right away within seconds. But guess what? When it was in the past, when it was all about sending messages through letters, it was all about the patience and the wait you have to endure to get that letter from someone from the distant. And that makes the art of sending letters meaningful, that makes the art of sending messages meaningful. But today, with the presence of social media and the internet, we are taking this ability to send messages to someone instantly as granted. But that has removed the factor of waiting and patience and valuing someone's words that we are getting, and that is being diminished by social media. Well, I will be reading that post. It seems that it's an interesting post. Like, that is the sort of thing that is really on Substack. There are a lot of interesting content on there, with having the rich literature mind. And there's a quote that uh, chasing engineering, medical, and all sorts of pursuits are great, but love, romance, literature is what we live for. And that is in fact true, and has been proved by the post that I read on Substack. And it's essential to improve your literature mind every single day. And that being said, communication also improves with that. So on Instagram, I've been seeing reels of Hard Knock School where the person interviews with business owners who are millionaires or billionaires, and he goes all over the world to take a 16-second interview, small interview, for 2 minutes. And there are many tips that we can derive from those small interviews. One of them was be more interested than interesting to people, right? Another one was remember people's names. And that lady, one of the videos where there was a lady, she has told that, I essentially read How to Win Friends and Influence People occasionally, every now and then, because that book is the foundation of managing people, of persuading people, of making people do things that you want, influencing people. And with that, there's another tip from a salesperson is that you just ask questions which they have to give yes, right? You ask questions 3 times and they give answers 3 times, and when you ask the fourth question, they will eventually be willing to answer yes. That's the thing. When you are looking to close a deal, you have to ask initial questions to which they say yes to, and that creates a pattern in your mind, which takes effect in the fourth question. So about mentors, I think that there are some people on the internet that I encounter, that I talk to, who get this golden opportunity to get mentorship from other people who have actually made it on the online space. But you have to communicate yourself, you have to show up every single day without any excuses, and that is the key to find that kind of mentor. And if I do that, that would be beneficial for accelerating the pace with which I am growing every day. And yes, I was talking to my chemistry sir about the microplastics that are increasing every single day. And with that, I discovered that there is also this thing called disposable plastic that I learned about today. I never knew that the bags that are given from Apollo or some other shops, the bags which they take money for, are disposable plastic. I never knew that plastics are disposable. Like that kind of plastics exists which are disposable. But anyway, what's more, like, it's still plastic, right? We need to decrease that. Mensah has explained that the plastics that we are consuming, that we using every single day, the polythene, they gets to the ground, and that blocks the ground from everything. When rainfall happens, they stop water. Like, suppose you used a polythene and you just laid it up to the ground, right? And about some time, the mud will get deposited on that polythene, and when it will rain, the water that will be coming from rain will not go to the ground because that will be blocked by the polythene. And that is the pandemic that we will be encountering in the future, the pandemic of freshwater reserves. And that is the reason why rich people are buying up freshwater reservoirs, because they know that this is the next gold. Today's population is increasing day by day, but the freshwater reserves is decreasing. And if we don't fight for the plastic pandemic that we are right now, it would be too late. Microplastics are very harmful. Scientists also say that you don't need to worry about here because maybe there is less amount of microplastics available here as it's the town. But if we go to capital city, it might be a huge amount of microplastics could be flying in the air of the big cities, because that kind of things are being used there regularly. So that makes complete sense. And literally, I have been recording myself since weeks, and I am seeing myself improving every day, which is great. So right now I'll be able to communicate without, but still I need to improve a lot. Like, there's always room for improvement. So there you go for this video.